Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Enoch and today we're gonna be learning how to create an e-commerce website for a beauty brand. Now, first things first, we're gonna be taking a look at the header later on, but let's first take a look at this beautiful home page. Now, because most of our customers are gonna be using probably their smartphones to order things online, it's important we check out how the website looks on mobile. Okay, now I think this looks really clean, yeah. And the first thing you can do is probably check out this bottom sticky footer that we created. On the bottom right here you have the shop section, yeah, whereby you can see all the products in the shop. Okay, now if I'm to add these products to the wish list, some of them, for example, I've just let me add this to the wish list and it has been added, so I'll click close. Maybe I also add this to the wish list and I'll close that. Okay, so when you click on the wish list right here, you see these are the two products that we've just added. Okay, so right now I can click and add this to the cart and I'll still close that, and I can go back to the shop maybe if I want to shop more products. Okay, so now I can also, maybe if I'm right here, I can click and add this to the cart. Okay, so whenever something is added to the cart, yeah, for example, if I'm to for example add this to the cart, the drawer will come out and I can increase quantities, yeah, right here. For example, if I want to take, sorry, I'll go back. For example, if I'm in the cart and I want to take 2 of these and maybe 3 of these, yeah, so it's possible to do that in the cart. Okay, so whenever you're shopping and you want to take a look at the items in the cart, for example, you can click on the cart icon right here and it will bring it up, it will pop it up. Okay, and we also have a search section right here whereby you can search for products. For example, if I search for retinol and I hit search, okay, then it's gonna bring up the product right here, so I can scroll through and take a look at the product photos and I can still add it to the cart or the wish list. Okay, so when I try to check out, for example, if I click checkout and leads me to this page right here, the checkout page, so I can check out, I can click and see the order summary right here. I can add a coupon if I have one, the shipping is already calculated and the total right here. I can add in some contact information. For example, let me see if I have some other contact information that I can use right here. Maybe I'll use this. Okay, and I'll choose cash on delivery because I don't want to pay $500-600 by PayPal. And if someone selects PayPal, still that's okay, the order would just work fine. So looking through this, everything looks fine, so maybe I'll just click place order. So once the order is placed, it's going to redirect you to this page saying thank you, your order has been placed. Okay, so now once someone places their order, yeah, you will be able to see them in the WooCommerce section on your computer or even in the mobile app. Okay, so if I open up the WooCommerce application, we can see right here that we've just received an order from Enoch right here, and because we use cash on delivery, it's still processing, but I can come and change this status to completed and I click apply, so it will update the order status, and when I head back it will show me that this order has been completed. So while in this app, you can do a number of things. You can check out basically your analytics, how many sales you've had. Yeah, you'll be able to see projections right here, the products that have been sold, how many items have been sold per product. You can check out obviously your orders as I just shown you. You can edit these products, change the prices, approve reviews, manage categories and all that. You can create new products still in this application and a bunch of other settings right here. Okay, so you guys can play around with that, then yeah, you'll find more interesting things in there. Okay, Now, when you take a look at this hero section, we're having this lady right here holding some skincare products, and on the left we're having some hero text and a shop now button. Below it we are having a shop by category for men, kids, women, and moms. And under that we are having a best sellers. This is called a product carousel. Okay, so once you click on it like this, you can basically scroll through the bestseller category products that are available, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how to create that. Now below that we are having a download our app call to action. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how to create an app that you can share with your clients, and more importantly, I'm also gonna be showing you guys how to manage your orders within the Woocommerce mobile application that you can install on your iPhone or Android phone. Okay, now below that we're having some other product section, and you will notice that when you hover over it, you'll be seeing that the product swap, which is a really nice thing, and the add to cart button is just on top of it, and when you hover over it, it turns into this brownish kind of shade, which is looking nice. Okay, now and under that we are having a customers section. Just basically this can be a gallery, it can be an Instagram feed, anything that you would like. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the pages that I'm going to show you guys how to create. For example, you can take a look at the FAQ, the my account, the track order, and also the wish list. When you take a look at the FAQ section, it has some of the most frequently asked questions about shipping addresses, shipping times, refunds, tracking orders, and all that other stuff. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to create this. This is called an accordion. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to create something like this for a FAQ page. The website also is gonna have my account section, whereby customers can see their orders that they have purchased. They can see the downloads. For example, if in case they have bought any digital files, they can change their addresses and also change their account details. Okay, moving on to the track order page, I'm gonna show you guys how to create this, whereby a customer can put in the order ID and their billing email, and you can see some or track the progress on their order. Is it on hold? Has it been shipped? Is the order completed? Information like that. Okay, then the website also is going to have a wish list, and just in case someone comes to your website, okay, and they find something they want to buy, for example this, but they don't want to buy it right away, but they maybe in the near future when they come back to your website, so they can easily add this to the wish list. And when you refresh this, you'll see that the product gets added to the wish list, so they can easily delete these items that they don't want, and also add them to the cart. You get, so it's as simple as that. Okay, so now going back to the home page, and visiting the header section, we're having a logo right here, a product categories, nav menu right here, and a search icon. Okay, so this is called a search form, whereby you can type in anything and you just search for products. For example, if I search for a product like retinol, I know there is only one product, so it just redirects me to the product itself. Okay, but that's okay. And you're having a wish list icon. I've already shown you guys the wish list. If I'm to open it up in a new tab, it's going to open to the wish list section, but I've deleted all my items, so it's now empty. And customers can go log into their dashboard, for example, to see their downloads, their order history, and any other information that they want to change. Then also the cart icon that when clicked on pulls up the cart drawer. Okay, So the first thing we need to do before we get started is to get a domain name, and the domain name is basically a unique identifier of your website on the internet. Yeah, for example, google.com, for example, youtube.com. Now let me show you how to get a domain. Okay, head over to this link, enochmwebe.com/domains, and hit enter. I've put this link in the description of this video right now, and once you're here, you're going to be redirected to Namecheap. Okay, now if you're not signed in or you don't have an account, you can create one right now and you can get started. Okay, so hit the sign up button if you don't have an account, or if you already have an account, you can hit sign in. And once you're here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to domain name search. Okay, and you're gonna type in your business name. For example, my business name, for example, on YouTube here, it's Enoch Mwebe. Yeah, it's my name and I use it for the YouTube channel. And it's gonna search to see if there are any valid domain names, and it's showing that this is taken. Yeah, and because it's taken, it lists some other available results that I can maybe buy. Yeah, so there are a bunch of them right now, but I'll just choose something at random. For example, there's this one that I'll add to cart. It's 1.8, and that's okay. And I can click on view item and I can proceed to checkout. Okay, so once you're here, you can change the number of years you want to register your domains for. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You can change to 5 years. It's not really expensive, but I'll keep it for 1 year since this is just a demo purpose. Okay, so I'll hit confirm order, and once I'm here, I'm gonna fill in some information right here. For example, let's see, we have the card right here, we have every information that's already saved up. We can hit continue. So I'll close this and I'll click on pen now. And it will process the order. And you see the purchase summary and everything. So my card has been built. So now you can click on Namecheap and go back to the home page and scroll up here to your profile and click on dashboard and come to domain list. And you see the domain name that you have bought. Okay, now let's get the hosting. Now to get the hosting, open up a new tab and go to enochmwebe.com/Hostinger. Okay, and this is going to take you to the Hostinger website right now. If you don't have any account, you can create one. Yeah, if you already have an account, you can sign in. Okay, then we can continue from there. Okay, so now they're giving 75% off, and I really like Hostinger. All my websites that I operate right now are hosted on Hostinger. I love it so much. I've never had any problems with it. My accounts have never been hacked before, like on other hosting platforms. There are no viruses. Yeah, so once you're here, what you can do is simply click on login. Okay, then click on Google. Yeah, I think it's the easiest way to set up an account here, and it will automatically sign you in if you have an account, or may ask you to verify your email address. Yeah, if it's a new account, but that is so easy to do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on explore plans. Then I'm gonna click on single web hosting, or premium web hosting, or business web hosting. Yeah, so you guys can see that single web hosting offers one website, this offers 100 website, and this offers 100 website, but there are still some differences. For example, you have weekly backups, whereas you have daily backups. So depending on what you need. Yeah, you can order anything. You can buy any web hosting between these two that I would recommend. However, since this is just for tutorial purposes, I'll select this single one that has one website. Probably I may never use this again. So you can select 48 months, 12 months, 1 month. Yeah. So I'm going to select 1 month. Okay. Then I see how much they're going to bill me. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit choose payment method. And let's see what payment methods they have. So you can use PayPal, but I'm going to select Visa. And I'm going to put the name on the card and everything, and I'm going to hit pay now. So after making all those payments and going through all those steps, it's going to redirect you to this page, and you can click on setup. So you can click on setup. And once you're here, you can say I'm creating for myself, business, or someone else, depending on what you need. Is it your first time? I'd say yes or no. So I'll say no. What type of website are you building? Maybe an online store. I'll click next. WordPress. I can select WordPress. This is the WordPress channel. So you can insert your email, for example. If you wish to change this, I can say enochmgtshift@gmail.com. Yeah. I can set up a password. I think I'll click next. Okay. All right. I think I'll save this up. Then it's going to ask me a default theme. I can select Astra. Then I'll say no. I want to select plugins manually. I will skip this. Then what's your website name? Maybe. So for the website name, you're going to get your domain name. And you copy it and paste it in here. And click next. Select it and click next. And say confirm ownership. So you're going to click next. Then hit next. So it's going to install WordPress on the website. Okay. By default. So it's displaying an error here. Domain status not pointing to our name servers. Yeah. So click on this error right here that says how to fix it. Yeah. So it's going to ask you, let's activate enochmwebe.lol. So you're going to select the provider that you bought your domain from. And I'm going to select Namecheap. And I'm going to click let's start. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go, they're telling me to log into my Namecheap server, Namecheap account. Okay. And find your old name servers. Yeah. And change them. Okay. So I'm going to go here. Then remember, under the domain list, we have the domain name right here. Then we're going to click on manage. Okay. Then I'm gonna come here under name servers, under domain, under name servers. I'm gonna select custom name server. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this. Okay. Then I paste it in here. Then I'm gonna go back to Hostinger and copy the second one, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay. Then once I am done, I'm going to click on this save icon. So it's going to save everything. Okay. And once it's done, I'm going to go back to Hostinger and click continue. Then say all is set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this domain name that I've just bought. Okay. And I'm going to click on go to that domain name. And let's see if the DNS has propagated already. So usually it's saying the site can't be reached because DNS propagation takes a few minutes to an hour for you to link your domain name to the hosting account. But after the DNS propagation is done, then it should display at least correctly. Okay. So now it's been a few minutes since we last loaded this up. Now I'm gonna try it again, and I try to go to this domain that I've just bought, and right now it's propagating. Okay. So to log into my admin dashboard of WordPress, what I'm gonna have to do is at the end of this domain, all I have to do is put a slash, then type in wp-admin. Okay, then hit enter. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna redirect me to the login page. So it's gonna redirect me to this page, and I can insert my email. For example, I used enochmgt@gmail.com. Then for the password, I'll just type that in. Okay, then I hit enter, and right now I'm gonna be signed in into my WordPress backend dashboard. Okay, so you can always save these login credentials, and this is your website. So you've set up the domain name, you set up the hosting, and now you're ready to start building your website. Okay, so now let's get started. So guys, now that you're logged in into your backend, the very first thing I do, I'm sure you're also having this welcome to WordPress, and the very first thing I like to do is to hide all this information to keep this dashboard page very clean. And to do that, I always go under screen options right here, and then check that welcome, all this, and I remove everything. Okay, then I click screen options, and it just hides everything, and this keeps everything clean for me. Okay, now let's take a quick look at how the website, the WordPress dashboard looks. Okay, so under dashboard we have posts right here, and under posts you can see you can create blog posts, and you can create categories for your blog posts, and under that you have the media section where you can upload your video files, your PNG files, your images, and any audio files that you would like. Okay, then under media you have pages where you can create pages. For example, you shall be creating the home page, the FAQ page, the track my order page, the cart page, the wishlist page. Any page that you would like to create, you create it under the page section. Okay, now you have comments, and you always get comments from your blog posts, so they will always show up in this section. Then under appearance you have your themes that you've downloaded. I'm gonna be talking about themes. I'm gonna be talking about themes, yeah, a little bit later on. Okay, so don't get worried. Then one of the most important sections of this WordPress dashboard is the plugins. Okay, so now what are plugins? Plugins are pieces of code or software that add extra functionality to your website. Okay, now we are going to be using a plugin called Woocomerce. Okay, it comes with that eCommerce functionality, hence the name Woocomerce. So it helps you create products and manage your orders and inventory and all that stuff. Okay, so in case I needed to add a plugin that would help me let's say manage or create different pages of my website. Yeah, for example, we're going to be using Elementor. Okay, so it adds that extra functionality. If I need a plugin that sends out mails to my customers, okay, then that's also another functionality. So all those extra functionalities and all those plugins that you're going to be installing on your website are going to be installed, are going to be stored under the plugin section. So you have users, so in case you have people who you want to manage your website, for example, you can have developers, you can create them user accounts and give them different user roles. Okay, so if I click on a new user, you will see that they can register as a contributor, author, editor, an administrator, Okay, and they can create content. For example, you can hire a virtual assistant and you just want them to create content and blog posts for your website. So you can sign them up as an author and they will have privileges. Yeah, they may not be able to access certain parts of the website. Yeah, for example, if someone registers as a subscriber, they won't be able to edit blog posts. Whereas if someone registers as an author or an editor, they'll be able to make changes to blog posts, delete them, archive them, and do all that fun stuff. Okay, so you have tools right here where you can inspect your site health, import comments, export comments, and all that stuff. Okay, then you have settings right here. So you have general, writing, reading, and the more we're going to be discovering some of these settings as we proceed further on with the tutorial. Okay, so now let's start off with installing a theme. Okay, now a theme in WordPress is very important and crucial in a way, because by default they come with certain functionalities that help you adjust the colors and control the layout and structure of the website. Okay, but what you need to understand is that themes are developed for specific purposes, so you need to be careful when selecting a WordPress theme. Okay, some themes are developed for e-commerce websites, whereas some are developed for blogs, whereas some are developed for online courses. Yeah, so by default they come with those extra functionalities that maybe an e-commerce store would need. Okay, so now let's go under appearance and under themes, then we install a theme. Okay, so we're gonna click on add new, and once we click on add new, we're gonna be redirected to this directory that has thousands and thousands of themes. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna search for a theme that is widely used for e-commerce projects, and that would be Hostify. Okay, and Hostify is one of the best, very best e-commerce themes. Okay, so I'm gonna install it, and once done installing, I'm gonna click activate. Okay, then let's click and go back to themes. So by default, by your default WordPress installation, you'd find that these come installed by default. So what I would like to do to keep my website speedy and fast, I always delete these unused themes. Okay, I will delete that. Then I will also delete all these other themes because I do not need them. Okay, and that is done. All right, so now what we're going to do next is that we are going to install plugins. And I've already explained to you guys that plugins are extra functionalities that our website would need. Okay, so now let's go under plugins, then go to add new plugin. Okay, and once we're here, we're gonna start searching for the plugins that we can use. Okay, so now the very first plugin I want to install from this page is the classic widgets. Okay, now what the classic widgets helps us with is that, let me show you something. Open up the website that we already created and go to this page right here. You will see that we have some widgets here on the left that help us search, filter by price and product categories, recently viewed products. Okay, this classic widgets functionality that we've installed or plugin helps us create these. Okay, these layouts right here, and I'll show you later on how to create these. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll close this up. Then, oh, we could have still needed it because I need to demonstrate something else. So I'm gonna reopen it once again. Then let's go and install Woocomerce. And when we search for Woocomerce, we're gonna get Woocomerce, the plugin that we need, as the first result, and we're going to click install. Okay, and what Woocomerce is going to help us is going to help us create all these products that you're seeing right here. And when you open it up, for example, we're going to be able to create assign prices, quantities, and product descriptions and all that information. Yeah, it's Woocommerce that helps us create these products in such a way. Okay, then we also need PayPal. Yeah, so to have PayPal functional on the website, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna install the Woocommerce PayPal payments. Okay, now that is done, but we still need some more plugins. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is that we are gonna search for some more plugins. Let's search for Elementor. Now Elementor is a page builder. Okay, when we search for Elementor and we click install, Elementor is a page builder, and it's gonna help us create for example, pages like the home page. Yeah, we have all these text, images, we have some products, we have call to actions and all these. Yeah, so that is where Elementor comes in handy, is that it helps us in the actual building of the website. Yeah, it comes with pre-made widgets that we can use to drag and drop. Okay, then some of the other plugins that we're going to need to install while we are still on this Elementor page is the essential add-ons for Elementor. Then we're going to scroll down and install Elements Kit Elementor add-ons. So basically what add-ons are basically extra widgets or functionalities that plug directly into Elementor and provide us with a wider range of templates and widgets that we can work with. You guys will see that how that comes into play when we start the actual designing. Okay, so right now we almost have everything that we need. However, I want to install 2 more plugins. Okay, so we have variation swatches. So I'm not gonna look for variation swatches for Woocomerce, and I'm gonna click next. Yeah, so what these do is that they're gonna help us create products like this. Okay, where you have people can select, for example, this makeup option. People can select either these or these. Yeah, then they can add it to the cart, and when you open up this product, still these variation swatches would show. Okay, so now this is the importance of these variation swatch plugin. Okay, and once that is done, we have one more plugin to install, and that is the wish list. So what the wish list is going to do for us is that when you take a look at this button right here, when you click on it, it's saying we have no wish list. I mean, we have no products in the wish list. But if we go back, for example, to our previous page, and we add this product to the wish list, okay, then once we click on this wish list, it's gonna display this product that is been added to the wish list. Okay, and at the introduction I explained what the wish list does, and I hope that was clear. Now we are gonna click install, and I think that's all we need for these plugins. Okay, so let's go back to installed plugins, and everything has been installed. However, we need to activate them. Okay, now check classic widgets, check Elementor, check Elements Kit, check essential add-ons, check variations. First leave out the wish list, check Woocomerce, and first leave out Woocomerce also, and also leave out the Woocomerce PayPal payments. Then we're gonna select activate and click apply. Okay, so it's gonna redirect you to this page, But as you see, essential add-ons has been highlighted. So I'm gonna select custom and click next, 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 and no thanks. All right. So once we're done, let's head over back to the plugin section and I installed plugins and we activate the other plugins. Okay. So let's first activate Woocommerce. Okay. And once it's activated, one thing you're going to notice is that when you open up pages, under pages, and open in a new link, in a new tab, you're going to see that these pages have been created. And these pages have all been created by Woocomerce. So by default, it creates for you a checkout page, it creates for you a cart, creates for you my account page, a refund and returns page, privacy policy, and a shop page. Okay. So now, once that's activated, then you can also activate the WooCommerce PayPal payments. And once that's also activated, then you can activate the TI WooCommerce wishlist. That's going to help us handle the wishlist functionality of the website. Okay. Now I had to install this separately because some of them require this initial setup. So I'll just click on let's go. Then I'll click on continue, 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 and continue one more time. Then I'll click on return to the WordPress dashboard. So now we have all the pages installed. So I'm gonna close some of these banners. And what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna uncheck this so that my dashboard is cleaner. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is that you guys realize that we haven't created any pages. So we need to create them now. Then we shall sort of add content to them later. Okay, it's important. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna come to all pages. I already showed you guys that these pages were created by Woocomerce, but now we need to create our own. For example, the home page, the FAQ page. Okay, so now let's click on add new page. Then while we are here, what we are gonna do is, let me first close this. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first create the home page. I'll publish it and click publish once again. And once it's done, I'm not gonna edit it right now, but I just need to pre-create it. Okay, I hope you get the idea. Then I'm gonna click on a new page to create a new page. And the next page that I'm gonna be creating is the track order page. Okay, then I'm gonna publish that. And the other page I'm gonna be creating is the FAQ page. So you guys can create more pages depending on your business needs or project needs. You can create the contact us, the about us, all those pages. So I think I'll just create one more page. So I'll click on add new. Then probably let me just create the contact page, and that would be it. Okay, so when you click on this WordPress icon, you will see that all these pages that we've created are here, and very soon I'm going to be showing you guys how to edit these pages. Okay, so now let's do something. What we're going to do now is we're going to create some products. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to create a simple product, and I'm going to show you guys how to create a variable product. And you guys are going to notice the difference by the way we create them. Okay, so now to create a new product, what you need to do is that you need to come under products, under WooCommerce, under product. You're gonna click on add new, and it's gonna redirect you to a page where you can actually create some products. Okay, so the very first thing I like to do while I'm here is to come on this right hand section, then upload a product image. So I'm gonna click on select files. Okay, then while I'm here, I'm gonna go to products, and let me select let me select this product right here. So I'm gonna select these three, and I'm gonna choose just one product image. The rest will belong to the product gallery. Okay, so I'm gonna, should I select this or this? I'll select this. Okay, so it appears right here. Then underneath there is a product gallery. So I can hold Ctrl and select all these and add them to the gallery. I'll scroll down, then I'll add some product categories. Okay, so let's say I want to add a product category like what would this belong? Probably, let me assign this to makeup. So if I say makeup, okay, and I click on add new category, so it will be assigned to the makeup category. Okay, so it can have tags, yeah, or even a video URL from YouTube, yeah, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. Okay, so now we scroll up and go back to the product description. Okay, and what a product description is, let me open up something right here. So for example, if I go to this page right here, oh no, let me use another example. Okay, okay, yes. So now this, when you go under description, this is the product description. So if I'm to copy this, for example, if this is your product description and I come under a new product, okay, I can basically paste in this information, and under here you can do a lot of things. You can even add images to your product description. For example, let's say I want to add these, okay, that will get added. If I want to add some bold text, for example, how, or maybe directions of how to use this product, okay, I can select that, then I can make it bold, yeah. So below it I can add some directions, yeah, stuff like that. So when I save this, I click publish, okay, it's gonna reload, and we may not be able to view it because we haven't given it a product name. Okay, so right now this is how our product is looking. Okay, it has no price, it has no name, but it just has a category and the description right here. Okay, yeah, so these are images, the directions we put, yeah. So let's go back and modify this. Maybe we say this is the we call this, let's just say makeup, maybe 30 mils or 40 mils, something like that. And once we update these, okay, and check out these products by refreshing it, so we see that we have the title right here. Okay, but when you scroll down, you still have a product short description, and if I'm to paste in some text, it doesn't have to be long. Probably I can reduce on these. Okay, so edit that out, maybe also remove these, and always click publish or update. And if I'm to refresh this, you guys will see that we have a product short description right here, then a product description right here. Okay, so these tend to confuse the product description and the product short description. Okay, so now we can assign it a price. For example, if I assign it 125 and we click on update, okay, then we refresh, we see now that our makeup of 40 mils is 125, and it's looking really like a complete product. Okay, so people can actually leave reviews right now. So someone can easily come and say, give it a 5 stars and rate it to be like, this is a really nice product. All right, so click submit, and you guys will see that right now we have a 5-star review by one customer. Okay, yeah, so I think that is really cool, but you need to prevent this. I'm going to show you a setting that we can configure that only people who have bought this product can actually leave a review for the product. Okay, otherwise you might get spam reviews that can negatively affect your store. Okay, and you don't want that. So now go back to this product we're editing, and probably you can give it a sell price. Yeah, maybe now we're selling it for 95, and we update that. Let's click refresh, and right now you guys are seeing that it has been reduced from 125 to 95 US dollars. Okay, and I think now this product is looking really nice. Okay, but there's some other modifications that we will be doing later on. Okay, but now this is what's called a simple product. Okay, it doesn't have any fancy dots like this. Yeah, these circular ones where people can pick between different colors. Okay, but let me show you how to create one like that. Okay, so this is called a simple product, but we are gonna make one that looks like this. Okay, so now let's see how to create that. So I'm gonna first close these two, then I'll click on my dashboard. Yeah, and to create a variable product just like this that has variations, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come under products, then go to attributes. Okay, so I'll open it up from here actually. Then we're gonna create some attributes. So right now this attribute is called color. Okay, if you're dealing with clothes, the attribute would be size. Okay, if you're dealing with maybe phones, the attribute would be like storage. Yeah, so a product can have 1, 2, 3, or 4 attributes. Yeah, but for simplicity, I'm just gonna have it with one attribute, and that would be color. Okay, so now once I go back here under attributes, and I'm gonna give an attribute name of color. Okay, then you can easily type it in. I don't want to confuse you guys because mine it's saved somehow in the memory of the browser, so it just pops up. Okay, then what I'm gonna do, because we installed variation swatch as the plugins, it helps us have this extra information. Yeah, so I'm gonna select color, then I'm gonna select circular. Okay, because if I select square, then these are gonna be square. If I select rounded square, rounded corner, they're gonna be square, so sort of, but with rounded corners. Okay, but I want to keep them circular, and for them to be as big as these are 36 pixels wide. Yeah, so if you need them really big, you can go above 36. Really small, keep it 24. Yeah, but you can assign it any figure, whether 10, 15, 16, 17, any figure can work. Yeah, but I found that the sweet spot is usually 36. So let's click on add attribute. So now we have color. but then how many colors do we have under color? Yeah. So to configure that, or you can have an attribute of size, but how many sizes do you have under size? So it can be medium, large, XL, and double XL. But under color, to configure that, I'm gonna click on configure terms. Then I'm gonna edit the product color. And to do that, I'm gonna give it a name. For example, if this color is called Soul, it should be called Soul. Yeah, it should be called Soul and Hair. Okay. So this is called Soul, and I'm gonna give it a color that I want to be displayed. It's sort of a brownish shade. I think that can do. And I'm gonna click add new. But also we need an extra color, maybe Hair. And this can be a dark brownish shade, slightly darker. So I think that can do. We can actually add an extra color. They don't have to be two. Let's add an extra color. Maybe we can call this Jal. I don't even know if this is a real color, but obviously I think it can be a little darker. Yeah, for the makeup kit. And that looks nice. So once you're done with this stem, you are having these 3 colors. You can go with under products here, click on add new. And what we're gonna do, let me just copy these descriptions. I don't wanna spend much time creating them. So the product name is gonna be maybe Coco Makeup. I'm just making this up, guys. Yeah. So the product description, I'm just gonna paste that in. Then I'll straightly go to the short description and provide it with some text, but I think I'll remove everything. I don't want to make it too long. Then on the right hand side, under the product image, I'm gonna click on upload files, and under product images, let me select this. Okay. Unfortunately, I only have one image of these, but I think I just add in some random image. All right, that is all right. Actually, let me upload some more images. There's something that I importantly want to demonstrate for you guys. All right, so add these two. Then I'll select this as my main image. Yeah, the product image has been set. Then under the product gallery, I'm gonna hold Ctrl and select all these 4. Okay. So now this is how everything I think has been filled out. But maybe let me add this to the makeup section. Okay. Then once everything is done, yeah, all you have to do is under product data, change this to a variable product. Okay. And the first thing you need to do once you have changed this to a variable product is to come under attributes. Okay. Now we have selected it to be a variable product. Let's go and select some attributes for it. Now for larger e-commerce brands, they could have like 60 attributes, 70 attributes right here. But this is really simple. We've only created one attribute, so we can assign colors. Yeah. So for example, if you had your website was selling makeup, was selling shoes, was selling clothes, and all those products are in a single store, you could find yourself that you're having so many attributes under here. Yeah. Sizes, shoe size, bag sizes. Yeah. And you have to select these products appropriately. I mean, these attributes appropriately. Okay. So in this case, you want to add color. Okay. So color has been added, but you need to still go under here and select what colors do you want to display for your product. What colors does your product have? Yeah. So we have gel, we have soul, or in other words, you can click select all and it select all the colors and add them to the attributes of color. Okay. So I'm gonna click save attributes, and once it's done, guys, follow me please. Come to under variations, okay, and click generate variations, and it will create all these variations for you. Okay. So created one, and we can give them prices. For example, this is hair. Maybe it can be 95. They can all be the same price and they can all be different prices. Okay, maybe this is 125. Maybe it's $200, and maybe Soul is 100. All right, and once that is created, and guys, you can also add images, yeah, for each variation. For example, let's say let's say higher is, let's say, this brown one. Okay, I'm just assuming, guys. Then Soul is this light one. So you can get another image, but we don't have one for gel. Maybe we just select these guys. Yeah, let me see if I have any other stroke in our product images that we can use, because it's something I want to demonstrate, and we don't have any. But what we can do is that we can still use, let's just use this. Okay, so this is main product image, so I'll select this. All right, so once that is set, we can click on publish, and we open this up in a new link, in a new tab, sorry, and this is how it's looking. Okay, so it's 95 to 1,000. So one of these products is 1,000. One of these variations costs 1,000. So this is 200, this is 95, and this is 1,000. Yeah, I meant it to be 100, but yeah. So you guys are seeing that every time someone clicks on a variation, it changes to that specific color. Okay, yeah, so you can set them up accordingly. Okay, so one thing that I would like to do is that you guys are seeing that now these products, or the way they are listed, is sort of different from the way this is, because these other gallery images are on the left hand side, but we shall configure that. I'll show you some layouts. Okay, but now I want to keep everything here the same price. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the variations under here, and what I'm going to do is, this is 95, so I'm going to set all these to be 95. Yeah, and this to also be 95. Okay, so I'm going to click on save changes, and I'll update this, and there you go. So it looks very, 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 very nice. Okay, so now guys, we are about to get started on developing the more interesting stuff. Okay, so now that this is done, as you can see on this, let me open up the site that I already created. I've already a bunch of products. So if you open up here, under here, we have a bunch of products already. So I'm going to import these onto this blank website of ours. Okay, because here we don't have so much product. So if I'm to go back and go to pages, so I'm in the dashboard, I'm under pages. If I'm to open up this shop and open it up in a new tab, you will notice that we only have 2 products so far. Okay, but on this website that I already created, we are having so many products. Okay, but now I want to export this and import them on this demo website, I mean on the tutorial that we're working on. So I'm going to go under marker, I mean under the dashboard of this already created website. Then I'll go under products. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on export, and I'm going to select almost everything here. I'm going to click generate CSV. It's going to get created and I can download it. So I'm going to download it, and once it's downloaded, I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this also. Then I'm going to also close this. So I'm back to my dashboard for the site that we are currently working on, and I'm going to click on products once again. Okay, and I'm gonna click on import. Okay, and what I want to do is, I don't know if I can drag this directly. Okay, yeah, it is possible. Otherwise, you can click on choose file, then open up the place where you downloaded or store the file. For my case, I sort of put it under here, so it's right here, but I'm going to be sharing this with you guys so that you guys can also just import these products automatically to your store. And yeah, so let's click continue, and the import will start. Okay, so let's click on run importer for the import to start. So to start importing the products, and it's depending on the size of your store, it will take a minute, two, if you have 100 products, 300 products, 50,000 products. The bigger the store, the more the time it's gonna take importing your products into your store. Okay, so mine is done right now, and if I click on view products, okay, you're gonna see them right here that they have been imported. Okay, so if you go to visit store right here and open it up in a new tab, you will see now that the products have successfully been imported to our website. All right, so now that is done, what I like to do now is to go under Woocommerce and take a look at some of the Woocommerce settings. Okay, so right now it's requesting for an address, so I'm gonna use in some of these addresses that I use regularly, and you guys can fill in your city, postcode, and everything. It's important. Yeah, it's important. Then enable tax rates and calculations, so you can enable this for your store, or if your customers are not paying any tax, you can leave it unchecked or checked. Yeah, that is up to you guys. Okay, so now once everything is done, you can hover over and click on products. There's not so much to change, yeah, right here. But one setting that I like to always check is that reviews can only be left by verified owners. Okay, you guys remember that for one of the products we created, I can't see which one. Okay, this very one right here, it already has a 5-star review. Yeah, and I made that review and I hadn't purchased the product. Okay, so to enable that reviews can only be left by verified owners is an important setting. Otherwise, you may get a lot of spam reviews on your products. Yeah, so you have the tax option right here, whereby you can configure taxes for your customers, but I'm gonna uncheck this since most of the people, this is very important if you're shipping stuff from abroad, or you're selling to people abroad, or international online stores. Yeah, then for shipping, by default it comes with the rest of the world. Yeah, but it's gonna require you to add a shipping zone first. Okay, so let's say you're living in India, let's say you're living in United States or United Kingdom, or you're living in London. So you can specify, for example, let's take an example of New York. Okay, so let's say we are living in Washington. I think New York is very small for our business. Washington. All right, so maybe the zone regions, we can type in Washington, and maybe this is the only region we ship to. Okay, and you can add a shipping method, so it can be free. Yeah, maybe you can say the people in Washington will deliver for free, or you can charge a flat rate. Okay, so let's click on flat rate. Most people like to charge a flat rate. Okay, so maybe you're charging $5. Yeah, for the people living in Washington. Okay, and you can create, and that would be it. Okay, so when you go back to shipping zones, you will see that Washington has been added, and we're charging $5 a flat rate. Yeah, and you would see once you click on edit, you'd see that we have created, come on, we have assigned $5 as the cost of shipping to Washington. Okay, so when you go back to shipping settings, shipping zones, you have another shipping zone here that says rest of the world. Okay, this basically means for people who are living outside Washington. Yeah, but be cautious. Then this means rest of the world basically means if someone is in India, if someone is in the United Kingdom, New Zealand, or they're in Africa, they can probably still make an order. Yeah, so you'd ask, how much do you want to charge these people? Maybe for shipping, you're gonna charge maybe $15. Yeah, then you hit create. Yeah, then you go back to shipping zones. Okay, so now it has been assigned a flat rate, and this also a flat rate. Yeah, so which means we're charging a standard fee for all these regions. Yeah, so you can add as many regions that you want, or as many zones as you want, depending on your businesses. Okay, so then one important thing that you'd like maybe to research about are shipping classes. Okay, now what a class is, for this case, you might have let's say you're selling phones, and the phone is $1,000. Okay, but still in your e-commerce store you have a refrigerator that you're selling. Yeah, but it also goes for $1,000. Okay, now a phone and a refrigerator weigh differently. One can be 400 grams or 250 grams, whereas the refrigerator could be bulky in size. It's still $1,000, but it can be bulky in size and also in weight. Okay, so it occupies more space, and it's also heavier, probably 45 kgs. Okay, and shipping that, you cannot charge the same flat rate shipping. Okay, for example, you cannot charge $5 to ship a refrigerator. Okay, because it's big and it's heavy, you can create a specific shipping class. Yeah, hope I'm not confusing you guys. Yeah, so it's under the same shipping zone. I'm shipping to Washington. Yeah, but for the phone, I'm charging $5, and for the refrigerator, I'll charge maybe $150. Okay, yeah, hope I made some sense. Yeah, so you might want to look into this, but for this store, I'm really keeping things simple. So let's move on to payments. Now, payments here, you can add a bunch of payments. Yeah, for example, you can add Woocommerce, where you can accept payments by Visa or credit card, MasterCard, American Express, GPay, Apple Pay on your website. Yeah, you can accept bank transfers, you can accept check, you can accept cash on delivery. Yeah, but I've found that most people on the internet would rather pay by PayPal or Stripe, just in case that their products don't get shipped or they delay. They can cancel and initiate for a refund. Yeah, so PayPal and Stripe are really good options. Yeah, so you can easily turn them on. Yeah, turn this toggle button on to activate PayPal, and once you turn this on, turn PayPal on, okay, it's gonna ask you to activate PayPal. So I'm gonna click activate PayPal, then I integrate it with my PayPal account. Okay, so now it's gonna take some time loading, but that's okay. And And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click next. It's going to try to log me into PayPal. I'm going to just assign my password. Sorry, enter my password. And it's going to do an integration automatically. So I'm going to click on agree and connect. So, and go back to Woocomerce. Okay. So that was simple for me because I'm already logged into my PayPal in the same browser. So the integration is really seamless. Okay. So now it's going to refresh. And yeah, everything looks fine. So I'm going to go to under standard payments. Then I'm just going to I'm going to click on enable PayPal features for your store. Okay. And that would be it. Okay. That would be it. So if I'm to scroll down and click on save changes, and probably now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this product right here. And let's see, the PayPal button will display right here. Okay. So now everything sort of looks good now. And once you've configured all these Woocommerce settings, I think it's a good time now to move on. You may not need to look into these integrations and advanced settings. Yeah, they're important, but under different business use cases. Okay, so now we can start actually working on the home page. Yeah, and all the other sections, for example, the footer, the header menus, and all that. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna click and head back to my dashboard. Okay, so now before I move on to creating the home page, let's create the header first. And one important thing is that when you take a look at the product, and when you go under categories, you will notice that you already have these categories that have been imported from the product import that we did, the CSV file. You remember that, guys? So it came with everything. Okay, so it automatically created these product categories. Okay, and we're gonna use these product categories in the header. Okay, let me show you guys something. Now, if I'm to open up or close this, if I'm to open up the website that's already done, you see that we are using these product categories in the header section. Okay, now let's go back to the project that we're working on. Now, if we are to create this, we need to go to under appearance and create a menu. Okay, now once you're here, you're gonna first name this menu. Okay, we can call it basically anything, but I always like to call them the main menu. Okay, this part right here on top. Okay, so now once it's created, make sure to select it as primary menu. And by selecting it as a primary menu, you're basically telling WordPress that please consider it as my main navigation menu. Okay, so you're telling WordPress to place it right here. Now once that is done, you hit create menu. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, we are gonna start adding our categories to this left hand side, to the right hand side. Okay, but right now you see we have some pages. Yeah, so I can add home, the cart, FAQ, but I want to add product categories. So when I scroll down, I'll only be seeing blog categories, okay, or post categories. But now to make the product categories visible, all you have to do is to click screen options, then come and check these product categories. Okay, and once you check it and hide that, then they will show up here. Okay, then I'm gonna select view all, so I can select almost everything. Yeah, then I can click on add to menu. Okay, So right now, if I click save menu, and after clicking save menu, I hover over here, then click visit site. By now, you guys already seen that. Now these show up right here. Okay. And I think this is really cool. Okay. So now I think we can first work with this header. Yeah, to make sure that everything looks clean. Then we'll move on to creating a footer. After the footer, we create the home page, customize the website, and we'll almost be done. Okay, so now taking a look at this this page right here for the website that's already done. I have a couple of Chrome extensions. For example, this is called What the Font. Okay, it helps me identify any fonts used on a website. For example, I can hover over all these fonts and it will tell me what font type. And for this website, I use the font called Quicksand. Okay, so to download this What the Font file extension, Chrome extension, all you have to do is to search for What the Font Chrome extension. Yeah, something like that. Okay, then to just redirect you to the the Chrome Web Store, and you can easily install the extension. Yeah, so it's a really handy tool. Then the other thing I use is a color picker right here. Okay, so you can basically search still for color picker for Chrome. Yeah, and it will show up in the extensions section right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the header. Yeah, and once I'm on this page, what I can do is basically come to here and click customize. Okay, so I've already identified that the font was Quicksand, so I can click on it. I can see the weight is 600 and the font size is 15 pixels. Okay, so those are the same settings that I'm going to be using when I'm customizing my header. So let's head back to the customizer and start customizing the header. So now we're in the customizer, and I'll just zoom out a little bit just so that I can see these menus, because when you zoom in, it sort of brings this hamburger menu, but I want it to be zoomed out, and I'll take a proper look at what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'll zoom back up again. All right, so now first thing, we need to make this header background this color. Okay, so I'm gonna first close this, then I'm gonna select my color picker and pick this color right here, and I'm gonna click pick, and I am gonna select this color. Okay, I think these two are competing. I don't even know what's going on, guys. Just a second. Let me close this. I think it's malfunctioning. Sorry, guys. I'll paste it and go again. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my color picker, and I'm gonna say pick, and I'm gonna pick this shade that's in the header, then click copy. Okay, so I go back to my customizer. This is called a customizer, guys, remember that. And I'm gonna head to layout. Okay, and I'm gonna open up normal header. Under the design tab, let's change the header background and paste in this color code. Okay, make sure it has a single hash at the beginning. Yeah, that looks nice. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this count color, or the count background color, to something black. Okay, now to select a black color, drag this slider that has the black and white. Yeah, because it controls the opacity. Make sure it's up to the right, then make this black. Okay, so you drag this from the color picker and make it black. Huh? I think that is clear. So now everything is black, just the way we want it. Now let's see what we can do. So we can jump out of this section for now and go back. The next thing I want to do is I want to turn on my what the font, and I pick this font. So it's Quicksand, and it's 600. Yeah, the weight, and it's style normal, and the size is 15 pixels. Okay, so I'm gonna go to typography. Under primary menu, I'm gonna change this to quicksand. Okay, and I'm gonna change the variant and the variant section. So I'm gonna change it to 600 pixels. Okay, then the font size, remember it was 15, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna click publish. Okay, and if I'm to view the website again, if I'm to take my domain name and I copy it, go to a new link and paste it right there. This is how everything is looking, and this is looking very similar to this. Okay, yeah, so I'll close this, and yeah, so that's it. So now I'm gonna go back to the customizer. Let me close this first and go to the body. So to the body is, you know, everything that is under the header and between the footer. Okay, so I want to make all those fonts quicksand. Okay, then I'm gonna go back, then I change the headings. So the headings, for example, where you see recent comments, recent posts, archives, categories, I want to change all that to quicksand also. So I'm going to type in quicksand and head back. Okay, so we've dealt with typography and everything looks fine. So we go back to the header because I want to include this logo right now. And to do that, go to site identity and click on select logo. And what you're going to do to select a logo, that you're going to upload your own logo. You can create this using Canva. Any design software can really do. I created a very simple logo, and as you can take a look, it's right here. So I'm going to upload that, and once it's done uploading, I'm going to click select, then I'm going to click skip cropping. Okay, then it's looking so large, so I'm going to set the logo width to something like 120 pixels. I think that's all right. Yeah, so below the customizer right here, you can see how your website is going to look on tablet and on mobile. Okay, so I said yes, the header on the tablet, so we can drag this slider to make it big or small, and I think that's just about it. It's looking nice. Then for the mobile section, I think that is too big. Okay, let's click publish. Now I'm gonna run this. Doesn't look nice, so I need to verify it on another browser tab. Okay, so this is our website right here. So if I'm to sort of zoom it in, I mean make it smaller to sort of match the mobile, I think it still looks big. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna head back and make an optional mobile logo probably, but I'm gonna upload just another version. Okay, so let me upload this same file so that they be two separate files. Yeah, so I'm gonna click upload image. All right, that looks better. Yeah, so now everything looks good. The hamburger menu, as you click on it, still displaying the categories section. Okay, the list of categories. So the header looks fine, and we can click publish. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna close out this tab. I'll drag this to the right. This is the project that that's already done. Okay, don't get confused, guys. And I'm gonna close this too. Yeah, so when I take a look at the website that we are currently working on, this is how it's looking. Okay, This is how it's looking. All right. So now, when you take a look at the footer of the website that's already done, it looks like this. Okay, we have 3 menus, actually 2, one for the quick links, one for the shop. We have an about us section and a contact section. Okay, then let's try and create that. Okay, so now to create that, you need to go back to your dashboard. Okay, and once you're in the dashboard, you're gonna look for appearance right on the left. I need you guys to follow me very well. Then you come under menus. Now the menus you're gonna be creating are these 2 menus, this one and this one. This is just text. This is not a menu. Okay, it's not clickable at all. Now what we're gonna do is, once you're back, remember we've gone to appearance under menus. Okay, we are gonna go to the top here and click on create new menu. Now firstly gonna type in, for example, you can call this anything, the footer menu. Footer, maybe I'll call it footer 1. Yeah, so footer 1, sorry guys, footer 1 is gonna have these product categories. So now I'll close this first, it's confusing me. So footer 1, so once I've selected footer 1, I'm gonna click create menu, and after I've created create menu, you'll see that it's now selected. Yeah, and I'm gonna go to product categories, and I click on view all, and I'll select almost everything or any that I want to include. Then I hit add to menu and click save. Okay, now let's create another menu by clicking on create a new menu, and let's call this footer 2, and I'm gonna hit create menu. After here, I'm gonna go under the pages on the left section, select let's see, contact FAQ. No, I don't need the home, the shop, track order, maybe the wish list, and my account can go there. Click add to menu, and they all get listed, so you can reorder them. By the way, I didn't show you guys how to do that, but you can basically reorder them. Yeah, and when you're done with the changes that you need to do, you hit save menu. So now that is done, and we need to apply this menu to our footer. Okay, right now they have just been created, these 2 menus, but we need to apply them to our footer. But before we apply them to our footer, we need to do something that is very important. Okay, so when you hover over under appearance and you come to widgets, okay, you have the footer widget right here, but it's empty. Okay, so you need to add these some widgets to the menu. Okay, so now when you take a look at our footer, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So under the footer widget, we need to add about 4. If we want 5 columns, we can add 5 widgets. Okay, so now the first thing that I want to take and add is the text. So when you click on the text, it will ask you whether you want to add it to the main sidebar, Woocommerce sidebar, or the footer widget. And I'll select footer widget, click add to menu. All right, so now the first thing I want to add is click on add media, upload files, select files, and upload this logo right here. I'll take the purple one, and it's done uploading. Click insert into post, then I can easily add in some text. So I'm just going to copy this text right here. Okay. And come back here, paste it right in there. Then maybe this is about us. You can give it a title or not, but I'd rather give it a title. All right. Hit save. Don't forget to hit save. So this is about us. Now let's add one for the shop. Now to add one for the shop, it's not gonna be a text, but rather it's gonna be a navigation menu. Okay. Select footer widget and add it to the right. Then we call this maybe shop. Then because you already created our menus, you're gonna select footer one. We already know that's the one for the menu, and it's been added. So let's add one for the quick links. Again, I'm gonna scroll down to navigation menu and make sure footer widget is selected and add widget. And I'm gonna add footer 2 and I'll call these quick links. Cool. Now lastly, I'm gonna add some text, guys. So under text here, still gonna select footer widget and I click add widget. In the text, I wanna add this contact information. So I'll copy this and I'll just throw it in here. Maybe I'll say contact. Maybe contact. Yeah, that'll be enough. So hit save. And also hit save here. Guys, remember to always click save. So this is saved and this is saved. So when you take a look at the website right now, let's see whether we have the menu. Unfortunately, we don't have the menu. Yeah. So to fix this, let's head over to the customizer, click on customize. And what we are gonna do is, once you're here, what we're gonna do is to come under layout. The same way we configured the header, we're gonna configure the footer and scroll down to footer. And because we want 4 columns, okay, what we're gonna do is to select this. It's now at 0, that's why it's not displaying. But if we select 4, okay, then once you scroll down, you'll see that it's displaying. So now, if I'm to visit the site once again, I'll drag this here and we take a look at how it's looking. And this is how it's looking. Probably now you want to start playing around with the colors. So under still the footer, you can come to design and make the background color any color that you'd wish by using this slider. Or alternatively, if you have a website whose background you like, is that you can use the color picker to pick a color that you would like. So I'll pick this, click copy, and come and paste it right here. So once I click paste, same color. So now we can't see the heading of shop, quick links, and contact. So adjust that. Maybe you can make them white. That's nice. Then the link color can be a little brighter. Yeah. Then the text color also, we can make it a little bit bright. Yeah. And there you have it, guys. So I'm gonna click publish because I like the changes that I have so far. Now let's take a look at how it looks on tablet. Looks nice. The footer looks nice. Then on mobile, it doesn't look so nice. Okay. On mobile, it doesn't look so nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and refresh it and sort of zoom it out. You see how everything is aligned to the left? Okay. I don't like that. I'd rather have them centered in the middle. So what can help is that we can inspect this page. So we can right click on any space in the footer. I'll do that again. So let me close this out and close this out. If I'm to right click anywhere on the footer and click inspect, okay, to bring up the source code for this entire web page. And what I can do is that if yours is not viewing in mobile, yeah, you can click on this right here, this icon right here, to toggle it between desktop and mobile. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down, then I'm gonna click on this icon in the corner, and I'll click on this. I'll try to hover around these sections, but I basically wanna hover over to a point where this blue shade highlights the entire footer. Okay, so there's some green here, but also blue shade. Okay, so now once I click on that, I will see something like site footer widget. Okay, and this is the same thing that you must be looking at on your end. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna copy this code right here. Oh, sorry, it's not a code, but it's called a CSS class. And just head back to your customizer, guys, in case you want to center this. Doesn't look so professional. So head back and head back until you find additional CSS. Yeah, so right here is where we're gonna place our code. Okay, so now let's do this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna paste in some CSS code. I'm gonna leave it in the description of the video. Okay, so you can copy it and paste it in, then you have to center everything. Yeah, so I want you guys to pay attention, because if this class site footer widget, if you're having something different here, yeah, or if you paste this class right here, so if I get this, copy it, come back to the customizer and replace it with this text, it should work and center everything. Okay, so yeah, I think that's clear. So our footer looks fine, and it looks nice. Okay, so if you need to understand this code, it's just basically telling to align every text in this footer to make it centered. Okay, then at media only screen max width 600 pixels. This is called a media query. Basically it tells the browser whenever this website is being viewed on mobile, make sure the text is, you know, center line for the footer. All right, that looks good. So now we can go back. And what other thing will I like to do here? So under colors, I'll make my default color black. Okay, I think I'll leave the text. Let's make also the text color black, the link accent black. When it's hovered, maybe we can make this orange, I guess. Yeah, and these I won't tamper with them. Yeah, even though you change them to anything, yeah, they are rarely used. Okay, the mainest that are usually used are these first 5 colors. Okay, so now let's head back and go to buttons. Yeah, so I want the background color for all the buttons to be black, because if they're not black, then they're gonna be blue. Okay, they're gonna be blue. Okay, so every button we'll be creating on the website is gonna be black. Then all the other buttons, for example, if I drag here, then so the second one is the normal. Yeah, it's blank. Then if someone hovers over it, let's say we want it to turn into this dark orange shade. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So now everything actually looks good right now. Let's publish that. Okay, so it's published. So I'll close this and close this again. So I'm back to the dashboard where we're working from. If I click visit site again, this is how everything is looking. Okay, so now let's head back to our home page. Okay, so if I'm to click on Okay, it redirects me here. If I check out the bath and body categories, we have some categories right over here. And yeah, so now we are gonna work on we're gonna work on the home page. After we done with the home page and some other pages, then we're gonna come and customize this sidebar here, move it over to the left, yeah, and everything should look smooth from there on. Okay, so now let's go to the home page, and right now I'm gonna go under pages, and I'll see how many home pages we have. All right, we have the home page right here, so I'm gonna right click on it, or I can just click on edit. Okay, and I'm gonna click on edit with Elementor. Then we start working. So Elementor will open up the page right here. Usually you might get this warning, but it's not a warning, so I'll just close it up. Then we'll start working. Okay, but before we start working, we've forgotten to configure one major thing, is that, okay, my Elementor has both Flexbox and Grid. Yeah, I don't know why that is so, but usually it only has one option, and probably you on your end, you may still have only one option. But if you don't have this activated, I suggest you go back to your dashboard. Okay, and you guys realize I always keep one dashboard back end page tab open, then the other that I'm playing around with. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to Elementor, go to settings, and go to features, and come to grid container and make sure it's active. Okay, and once that is done, scroll down, hit save changes. Now you're almost good to go. Okay, so now you can refresh your Elementor page builder, then you can start working. And I'm going to show you just a basic difference. I use both Flexbox because right now Flexbox is like the new working sort of technique that Elementor is using. Used to use sections, but they had their drawbacks and all that. But now with the new CSS documentation, you're having cool things like Flexbox that allows you to build flexible containers or flexible layouts, hence the name Flexbox. Yeah, but a box usually it means a box. Yeah, all web pages are created of boxes. Yeah, the way you see box, another long box right here for the side menu, another box for the header. Yeah, hence the name Flexbox. Okay, so now let's not get into that, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit a plus icon, come to Flexbox, and create a container with 2 boxes. And why do I need to create 2 boxes? Is because of this. Okay, now because I've created 2 boxes, okay, I want you guys to understand something, that Elementor is a drag and drop builder. So, and it uses widgets. Okay, and everything you see, for example, if I click here, everything you see on this left hand side is a widget. Yeah, it can be used to make your website look cool. Okay, that's all a widget is. Now when you take a look at our website, you can call this an image widget. We have a text widget right here, we have a button widget, yeah, an image widget, we have a products widget, we have a text widget right here, button widget. Yeah, so in case I needed a calendar, I would add a calendar widget. In case I needed a countdown timer, I would add a countdown timer widget. Sorry. If I needed the carousel, I would add that. Okay, so now let's add some widgets. First, I want to add some text, something like this. Okay, And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click copy. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna just copy and paste in some text right here. Okay, so this is the world's most iconic brand. Something I like to do while I'm at this stage is to break the text. Yeah, so you guys have seen what I've done. Once you add a BR with these less greater than signs, yeah, so BR just means break this text. Yeah, break this text. Okay, so under style, so you realize that every widget, whether image, whether calendar, whether what, it has a content where you can edit the content of the widget, where it's linking its title, I mean HTML tag, and it has different styles. Yeah, so the styles that apply to images are not the styles that are going to apply to text. You get the difference. Okay, so under style, under text, maybe something you want to do with the text, you may want to change its color. Okay, or you may want to change its font. For example, I can make this a font like Playfair. Okay, and I can make it really big. Yeah, like that. And I can make it left aligned, center aligned, or justified. Yeah, something like that. But I'll keep it left aligned. Maybe also keep it black. Yeah, and I like that. So that was the heading widget. So now there are a couple of more widgets, and if we click on this hamburger, sorry, this menu icon, there's also a text editor image. So in case you want to add paragraphs to your website, you can always do that. But I'm just gonna paste that in. Come under styles. What can you do with the text? Probably change the font type to something like Quicksand. Okay, it's the same font we used in the header. What else can you do with text is you can increase its size. Okay, you can make it bolder or less bold, or really, yes, I'll keep it medium. You can make it italic or oblique, but I'll keep it default. Decoration, you can decide to underline it. That's called an overline, but you can still underline it, or you can do a line through, but I'll keep it default. Okay, then that is done. Okay, then the other widget you can add is that you can add a button. Cool. So we have a button right here, and what it can do is that you can rename it into a shop now button. And how do you link it to the shop? When someone clicks it, under link, just type in shop and it automatically search for the page called shop and link it. Okay, so you can add an icon to it. For example, if I go to the icon library, and maybe I'll search for, let's see, arrow. Okay, the arrows are not popping up, but let me just add this, and I say right. Yeah, looks like that, but I'll just remove that. So you can go to the style. Probably one thing I want to do here is change the typography of the font to something like Quicksand. Okay, and I think that looks good. All right, so now one last thing we have to do, you guys look at our homepage. We need to add this background that blends into the header. Okay, and to do that, okay, you guys realize you have a navigator open right here. So when I click on this column, this column on the right, I mean the container on the right, and we also have an adjacent container to the left. Okay, and when you click to the container is also a widget, sort of. It has its own, though it doesn't have content, but you can play around with the layout. Yeah, you can make it bottom, you can make it reversed, or it starts from bottom to up, but I'll keep it horizontal direction. Okay, Some of this stuff takes a while to kind of get a grasp, but it is okay. So what you can do here is that the content width, you can set it to full width because I want it to span the entire row. So under container, one attribute we can give it is that you can change the background type. Okay, so you can choose a gradient of 2 colors. For example, if I select red and maybe I pick a yellow color, yeah, so your website can have such a vibe or look to it, and you can sort of twist the location where the gradient is coming from, where the second one is coming from, but I'm not into that. So you can make the background a video, so you can paste in a video from YouTube or something, yeah, or a slideshow, but I'd rather keep it classic, and I'll just add an image. Okay, and the image I'm gonna add is that I'm gonna upload it, and where is it? It's right here. Cool. All right, so now the image has been added. I think I can drag this to be over here, but it's not being so visible. So what I'm gonna do is change the position, center, and no repeat, and display size, make it cover. That's looking nice, and I need some space from the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna do a trick, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this container right here. Then I'm gonna go to advanced, yeah. Then instead of adding, for example, make sure this is not linked, make sure it's unlinked. If I'm gonna add something, a margin of 200, it's gonna create some white space, but that's not what I want. I wanna create the margin, make sure this is unlinked using the padding, yeah. For example, I give it 120 to the top and 120 to the bottom. It's gonna look like this. Okay, so there is some white space to the left and to the right, but that is easy to fix. And what I'm gonna do is the reason why there is white space, as you just saw, is because of the page settings. It's not set to full width, so we can set that. So we can come to settings and page layout, Elementor full width, and let's see how that looks. And it looks like it's fixed now, though this is too close to the left and I want to push it to the right. Okay, so first I'm going to click on this column and increase its width around 70. Well, that doesn't affect anything because this is empty, but what I can do is I can go under advanced, and to the left of this column, yeah, let's add a padding of 140 something, 145, 120. Let's try 145 and see how that looks. And if I click update, I click on this icon to preview changes, it opens up this window, and that looks just fine. Okay, now while you're still here, what we can do is we can increase this typography just a little bit. So under typography, let's magnify that up to 69 and update that, and let's see how it looks after reloading. I think it looks good. Okay, so now I wanted to show you guys how to create these banners. Okay, so it's really easy. If you go to a stock website, for example, like FreePic, you can go to Pixabay, you can go to Pixels and search for example, I can search for white woman skincare, then something like products. Yeah, let's see what they bring up. Okay, if we hit search, I'll close this, it's a pop-up, and we see what we got right here. So if I'm to select some of these photos, let me find some. I can't refine the one I used, but I can surely find some that I can use right here. So now let's say I need something where I can easily remove the background and use it as as a header image. Okay, when I scroll up and down, I can't see anything, but I think this could work. Okay, probably this could work. So maybe I'll just save this as an image into my website, into my folder. And once it's done, I'm going to remove this background because I don't like it. Yeah, I want to create for it a new background. Okay, so you can search for this remove bg. Yeah, come to this website right here, and this is where you can upload your image. And this tool is really good. It's one of the best free tools that I've used to remove backgrounds. Okay, so upload the image right here, and within a few seconds, within a few clicks, it can remove this background. And yep, now it's done. Hit download, and why isn't it downloading? I don't understand. Okay, it's downloading. It's taking its time. I don't know why. All right, but I'll hit save. Then head over to Canva. Then I'll create a design. For example, I'll hit click on create a design. For example, I can create one of 1280 by 600 pixels, and I'll hit create new design. And once this is open up, we're gonna get the photo where we removed the background and kind of tune it to any background that we want. Probably one that matches with the header, so that there's that smooth, blend between the header and the footer, just as you see right here. Okay, this color of the background is the same as the one of the header. That's why it looks, so seamless. Okay, yeah, it's a nitty little trick, but it works for me. Okay, so Canva is loaded, and now I'm gonna drag in this image right here into Canva. Okay, then what I'm gonna do, as you guys see, actually use Canva. I had forgotten about that, to create this, and I can't see it for some reason. My network, my connection must be so. Something must be wrong. Okay, I'll drag and drop it once again, and now it uploads just fine. Yeah, and I can't see it. Okay, it's right here. I think it was heavy, and that's why there was a delay. So you can resize this to make it look like this, sort of, or make it sort of look smaller, just like this. Yeah, then what you can do, if you want your background to be red and your header is red, or this brown shade, I think you guys see how this is going. Yeah, if I want to use this color, I can still match it to my header. And once I'm done, yeah, for example, let me pick this color right here. So I'm gonna click on this pick color, and I'll select this shade, copy it, come to Canva, and click on a new color. Then I'll just paste in the color code right here, and it will match that shade. Okay, so now I can download this by clicking on share, then download. I'd rather download it as a JPEG. I don't really want heavy photos on my website, because then it's gonna slow down and I have to deal with that, and it's a pain. Yeah, so now let's download it to the website, to my folder. Sorry guys, little bit tired, but yeah. So if you click on this container again, let's say your client tells you, no, I want this changed. Okay, so you can go to style of the container, choose image, upload files, select files. Then what we are gonna do is, where is our file that we just created? You're gonna open it up right here, and look at that, guys. I'm gonna click select, and this is how it's looking. Okay, this is how it's looking. Yeah, it's a little faded, but yeah. So in case you guys don't want this image, it's really simple. Click on history, and revert. Okay, you can revert to these steps. Yeah, so if I click on this, probably that didn't change, and I'll click on heading size edited, and it will take me back to that step. Okay, so now guys, we need to move very fast. So now if I'm to open up the project, or if I'm to drag it in, so I can drag it in for you guys here to take a look at how everything is looking. Let me just do that, then probably I'll close it. So this is our completed website. So we need to add something like this. Okay, shop by category, bestsellers, and download our app, then shop by purpose in our customer. This is gonna be really easy. Okay, so now let's head back to Elementor for the home page. And what we're gonna do, I think I'll close this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a flex box with an arrow facing either left or right. I mean left or downwards. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in a heading, and I'm gonna call this. How should I call this? Shop by category. Shop by category. Come on, guys. Shop by category. Okay, I'll take things slow. Then change the typography to quicksand. Okay. Then click on this section right here. Let's add some space to the top. And to do that, I'm gonna just add in a top margin of 50 to just push it down. Okay. Then under that, we're gonna actually use a grid of 2 columns. Yeah. And grid is really the easiest drag and drop, kind of container to use. Okay. So now there are 2, but in our section, we need about 4 images. Okay. So in our design, we had 4 images. Now to increase the number of categories, I mean the number of boxes that we need, guys, look at this. I'm gonna click on this section. Under layout, yeah, I can just drag the slider up to make them 4 or 5 or 3, whatever you want, and it automatically creates them. Yeah, so I can click on the plus and add an image right here. Click on the image, okay, and upload the files. Okay, so I'm gonna select files, and I'm gonna upload my category images. So I had this, and this. Select those, let them upload, and once they're done, I'm gonna start messing around with them. So this is for that, and I can actually copy this and paste it in here, and paste it in here, and paste it in here. No, I want to paste I want to paste the image, not the style. Okay, so I can replace them by doing this and doing that and doing that. So this last one looks like this, and that looks really neat. Okay, so now the next section is gonna be for the bestsellers, and the way the bestsellers are looking, let me show you. First, we need to copy this, or we can easily duplicate it. And once we duplicate it, one thing we can do is that we can drag one of those copies down. Oh, sorry guys, I duplicated the widget instead of duplicating the section. So I'll right click, then hit delete, then I'll just duplicate the section itself. Okay, because it already has some settings that I want. First, it has the top margin already set, and it has the font type, font size that I just wanna use. Okay, so let's add bestsellers. All right, isn't that cool? Then we're gonna click on this widget. Under it, let's add a flex box this time of, I think, 1 column facing downwards. Then what we can do right here, guys, is that we are gonna search for product carousel. Yeah, so you see here it has EA, which means it was developed by Essential Add-Ons for Elementor. Okay, so now by default this is how it looks, but it has a bunch of styles, yeah, a bunch of presets. So under layout here, you have this second preset, you have the third preset that looks like that, but I think, let me see the fourth one. Yeah, I'll take the fourth one. Okay, So you can click on that, make that go away. Under carousel settings, you can make the number of products visible to a larger number. For example, you can make them, let's say 5 or 6 products, and that should look good. If I'm to hover this and take this away, that looks really good. And what you can do here is that there are some other settings. So you can turn on the arrows, okay? And when you turn on the arrows, let me first make this 3 or 2 so that you guys can see these arrows. Oh, still you can't see them. Let's make them 5. I'll find a hope of making sure they are visible. And if you take this away, you guys can see the arrows right here. Okay, so everything here is editable. Okay, so for example, you can have the dots. This is down here, turned off or turned on. Okay, so now you can query. For example, I want it to be from the best-selling product, sell products. Okay, so I'll put best sellers, yeah, but no products have been bought so far. But what we can do is that we can just keep it recent products. You can display basically anything, change product types, categories, tags. Yeah, you get displayed in this carousel. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the style. Okay, because when you hover, I don't like this blue shade. Yeah, so overlay color. Yeah, so when you hover, an overlay color is displayed. So probably you can make this black, but once it's black, then nothing is being visible. So you can come under here and reduce the opacity. Yeah, so now it looks like this, but it can be lighter. I think it can still be lighter. Yeah, so I think that's okay. So you can spend some time here, you know, editing the fonts, these colors right here. Okay, and to make these changes, for example, you can go to color and typography. Yeah, click on it. Product title color, it can be white. Product price can also be white. Rating color, you can actually change this to something like orange, so you guys see, but this orange is not as bright as it would. Okay, that looks nice. Then if prices are on sale, yeah, and all that. Okay, so now when you take a look at the buttons, you can also give them a background color of like black. These, okay, these buttons that appear right here, then the color itself can be white. Okay, so by default they are white. Okay, then you can do the same thing with the arrows. They can have a background color of sort of black. Where are the arrows? All right, then the color of the arrow itself should be white. So when you take this away, you see now the background color is of the arrow is black, then white. So you can actually remove the arrows and do whatever you want with them. Okay, yeah, you can even increase the border radius of the arrows and make them, instead of them being square, okay, you can make them circular by adjusting the border radius. Okay, so if you keep increasing this, you increase it to something about 30 something, 31, 32 right there, you realize that now they're a little bit more of a circular kind of, yeah. And if you don't like the background of black, maybe you can just make the arrows black, then go to this background and make it transparent. Okay, that way you can just have this arrow, you can have only these arrows. Okay, yeah, a lot can be done with this. Okay, that is very simple. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna add let's see, I wanted to add a download app section. Yeah, but to do that, I'm gonna use a template, guys. Yeah, so Elements Kit is one of the must-have, you know, plugins that I use, because they provide me with, you know, templates. And I just want to look for a template. For example, if I go to call to action, let me see if I can find just a really simple call to action that can add to my website to make it really look unique, because if I'm to show you the section that I want to be working on now, I'll drag it in right here so that you guys will see. And this is the section that I want to build. Okay, I'll zoom out a little. Yeah, so it looks kind of like this. They download our app, because I'm going to show you guys how to create the app. Okay, so now, yeah, it looks sort of like that. So now let me head back to Elementor and see if I can find a button that I can use. And right here I have a template. Have you guys seen the template? It's right here. Okay, that I can use. And I'll click insert. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna replace whatever text comes in a template. Okay, so now I'm gonna right click on this and delete it, so that section is gone. And once I click on this, I'm gonna come on heading title and just replace it with download our app. Cool. Then on this right hand side, I'm gonna click on the button and I'm gonna say download, something like that. Let's say download. Cool. Great. So under style, what I can do is that with the button color, I can just make it black. Okay. And once someone hovers over it, guys, under button right here, once someone hovers over it, it should be actually an orange kind of shade. Okay. Is that nice? I think that's nice. Let's just make it a little light. Okay, that's nice. So we can save this color actually to make it a global color. So you can call it orange actually. All right, cool. Now we are about to get done. So next, after creating this, I still need to duplicate this, because now I need to create a shop by purpose section. So I'm gonna drag this and scroll down and place it just right here. All right, so now let me call this shop by purpose. Shop by purpose. Great. And what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna search for Woocommerce product shortcodes, Woocommerce shortcodes, and Woocommerce has these shortcodes that you can insert on any page to display products, to display products on sale, to display checkout, to display my account section, to display order tracking, and you're gonna be using these. Yeah. So now we're gonna scroll down, and I'm just gonna find any of these. I can use those on random sale. I can use featured products, best-selling products, newest products. So maybe I'll copy the newest product, okay, and I'll paste them right here, okay. Or in case you want to display a specific category, yeah, for example, you can copy this. You can copy this instead, yeah. We can copy this and come to our Elementor, okay, and add a widget called shortcode. Actually, let's first add a section right here, and we add a widget. We go right here and search for shortcode, and let's add this widget right here, okay, and we are going to paste in the shortcode. Now it's saying product limit 8, 4 columns. 4 columns really fine. I think that they're fine. So they can be 8 products, but I think let them be 8 products and have 4 columns. And for the categories, what categories do we have, guys? I don't remember the categories very well, but if we go to products under categories, maybe we can get, let's get makeup, okay? So under here we can just type makeup, Okay, and we have some products being displayed right here. Okay, if you want to list 20 products, you can have 20 of them, 3 columns or 5 or 10, whatever you like, guys. Yeah, so now that is really settled. Okay, so now let's create one more section, guys, for our customers. So let me duplicate this. Then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna drag it down. Well, it doesn't want to go down, but it has to go down. And okay, it won't go down. I guess I'll just create a new section. Then what I'll do, I'll delete this. So I'll copy this text and I'll just paste it in right here. And maybe I'll say our customers. So I'll click on this section, go to the advanced section, unlink these, and just give it 50 top margin to create some space. So now we're gonna use the same technique we used here. So I'm gonna copy this and I'll come down just below customers. Okay, or where these icons are, where the plus is, and I'll hit paste. Now let's add some images for our customers. So I'm gonna click upload files, and after uploading these files, let me take a look. I think these are files 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this can be an Instagram feed. Yeah, it can be a gallery. Okay, but I just used this grid just because it makes things way easier. Not the best looking, but at least it is way easier to manipulate and play around with. Okay, so you guys are seeing I'm just changing these images and the store is coming to life. And I'll change these two and I'll make these and I'll right click on this section to create a second row. I just have to duplicate it so it will go down. Okay, then I'll do the same. I'll change these images slowly by slowly. Click on it, click on the image, click on the image you want to replace it with. I'll do the same for this one. And what image will I want to replace it with? That woman right there. Then lastly, I gotta find another image. All right, maybe I'll just repeat this because I don't see any difference. Maybe I'll use this. Yeah, cool. All right, so this is how the website is looking, guys, and it's almost done. So if I click upward, this is how the website looks. Yeah, really clean, really nice, and yeah, I'm proud of this work. Okay, so now what we are gonna do is this. We are gonna come over back to Elementor and let's see how my website looks on mobile. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the responsive mode, and once I click on it, I can click on this mobile version to see how everything looks. Okay, so now guys, things are not looking, some things look so good, some things not so good. This looks bad. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to first click on this icon and check this to make sure it is 0. Click on this text, go to style, center it, come under typography and reduce it just a little bit. Same thing with the text editor under it. I'm going to center it, click on the button, okay, and also center it. So everything now looks good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my navigator. Okay, I'm going to select the container, the very first container on top, go under advanced. Because I applied a 120 margin to the beginning, I'm going to just leave it like that. Okay, then This is how it's looking on mobile. Yeah, but it's not looking so good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a margin, sorry, padding to the top of like 30, 40 pixels. Yeah, to create that spacing. And what I'm gonna do for this image, for this section, I'm gonna add in another image. Okay, but this image can be anything. For example, it can be this lady right here. I think, let me just upload one that doesn't have a name. I think it will do. So I'll click on select files, and let me just select this. Hopefully it will do. And I'll click open. And once it's done uploading, all I have to do is to click select. Okay. So let's see how everything is looking. When I take this away, this is how it looks. If I go on mobile, sorry, on desktop, this image gets displayed, but I don't want it to get displayed. Okay. So now here is a trick. Okay. Click on this image, go under advanced, go under responsiveness. Okay. When you're under responsiveness, click hide on desktop. Okay, and hide on tablet. So when you take this away, you see how it's hidden. Then once you go on mobile, it is displaying, but now we have the original background still displaying on mobile. So click on this container, the very first container, yeah, that selects the entire hero section. Go under style. Okay, and for background, we're gonna use a color. Okay, we're gonna use a color. Make sure it's changed to F8, and for the actually we don't need to remove it. What we can do is that we can change the position to center left so that it just disappears. All right, I think that was a shortcut. When I was practicing this, I had implemented it in a different way, but I think this also just works just fine. Cool. So now let's work faster. Click on this section right here. Yeah. So go under columns. Remember, you guys, we created this using grid. Yeah. So the same settings do not exist for Flexbox containers. Yeah. So sometimes I use grid, sometimes I use containers, depending on specific. I mean, sometimes I use grid, sometimes I use Flexbox, but depending on specific use cases. Okay. Now to make this look mobile, really cool, I can just adjust this to make it have 4 columns or 2 columns, but it can be 2 columns like this. Yeah. And the show by category, they're being displayed really nice. Okay. When I click on this, yes, carousel right here, I can go to content. Under carousel setting, you will notice that now there is a mobile portrait view right here. It means that you're editing for portrait. So I can make this actually 2. Okay. Or they can be 3, or they can be anything. So now there are 2, which is okay. Little small, but just does the job fine. Here the products, I'm gonna leave it to be 1 column so that they need to be visible. Then for the customers right here, remember guys what we did for making the columns 2 here. It's the same thing we're gonna do down here. All right, so click on the section here for the grid, come under columns and just make them 2. All right. And for this section also, we're gonna go and make these 2. And there we have it, guys. The homepage looks clean and nice. So I'm gonna save this up. And that's how it's looking, guys. Okay. That's how it's looking. That's how it is looking, guys. All right. So now once we're done here, what we are gonna do is some of these pages are already created for you. If you view the wish list, it's empty right now, but it's been created for you. The track order, there is nothing so far, but we're gonna edit that really fast. The FAQ is already edited. Okay. It doesn't have anything. Then the my account, when customers buy their orders and everything, it's already created for you by Woocomerce. Okay. So I'm gonna close this. So let's work on the track order. We work on the FAQ page, customize the shop section, and we'll be done. Okay. So I'll close all these and these two. So I'll focus on the track order and FAQ. So click on edit page. Okay. And once you're here, click on edit with Elementor. Now we are going to go back to the WooCommerce shortcodes page. You guys remember this page? Hit Ctrl F, and I want to find track, like order tracking. Yeah. So here's an order tracking form, and here's a shortcode for it. Okay. So once you're in Elementor right here, what you can do is that you can click Flexbox, maybe add section that looks like that. Then go under this menu, click on it, then search for shortcode. Okay. And once you click on that shortcode, you can paste in that order tracking form shortcode. Okay. Then Woocomerce is going to create for you something like this. Okay. So one thing I like to do actually, guys, once I'm here, is to click on this container and add some space to the top. Yeah. So I'll create like 70 margin, then some padding to the left and right. So it can be like 200 to the right, 200 to the left. So it's not so big. Then I'll still do the same thing with mobile. Okay. This is horrible. So I'm gonna uncheck that. Yeah. And it will look like this. So what I've done here is to just uncheck the paddings. Okay. And it looks kind of neat. So our track order page is done. Let's move on to the FAQ and click on edit page. And once we are here, we're going to click on edit with Elementor, and we're going to create an FAQ page. Now guys, I need you to remember that we install the Elements Kit plugin that we're going to be using to create an FAQ sort of template, yeah, to make things really fast. You don't have to code and design everything from scratch. Okay. So the Elements Kit plugin, one of the favorite plugins that I use, is here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go under the categories here and click on accordions. Okay. So it's gonna display some accordions, and I'm just gonna pick any of these. Really look nice, and let me select this one right here and click insert. Okay. So now once I click insert, it's gonna look like this. So you can come under style. So you can click on this section right here. Okay, I'll close this first. Click on this text right here. Go under style. Maybe I want to make these black, or we can go to the global color we saved and make them orange. We can change the typography, font to quicksand. Okay. And it will look like that. Okay. So you can actually edit these, and the way to edit them is to come under content. For example, I can come here if you want to change this and be like, do you offer refunds? Do you offer refunds? Okay. So it changes right here, and you can type in the answer, something like this. Okay. Yeah. So you can edit this to customize it to your own business or FAQ page section that you'd like. Okay. And you can still add items by either clicking on this to duplicate it, or to sort of, add more questions. So you can reorder them in any way that you want and have a nice looking FAQ section. Okay. So I'm going to update this and jump out of here. So I'm going to close this. And if I take a look at how my site is looking, it is one problem is that when you go to the domain and hit .com, it doesn't redirect to the home page we created. Yeah. So what is going on? It's redirecting to this blog post, recent comments. No, that's not what we want. Okay. So to do that, let me show where the problem is coming from. Go to settings and go to reading. Okay. And guys, when you're here, because WordPress was built originally for blogs, it takes you to a section, the blog section, where it's displaying like the most recent blogs. Okay. So you have to change this to static, change the home page to home, and hit save. Okay. So let's try refreshing this, and it will redirect to our home page. Nice and cool. Okay, so everything really looks nice. And when we go to our shop section, for example, if I go to pages and click on shop, right click on view, open it up in a new tab, this is how it's looking. Okay, the WooCommerce sidebar doesn't have any elements, so we need to add that. The product images are looking nice, but I like to pimp them up. Yeah, but first let's add a sidebar, then we go into a customizer and customize the entire shop. Okay, so back into the dashboard, come under appearance, go to widgets. Time to start dragging to add some images, sorry, not images, but widgets to the sidebar. The first thing we need to add is a product search. It's right here. Select Woocommerce sidebar, click add widget. Now we're gonna look for one where we can filter by price, and it's right here, filter by price. Add it to the sidebar. Then what else do we have? If I'm to check, for example, let me see, we can add actually product categories. They're right here. Okay, so we can hide empty ones. For example, remove that uncategorized product filter. You show how many products each category has, and yeah, don't forget to click save, guys. Okay, then one last thing I like to include is a recently viewed product. Yeah, because a customer may want to go back to the products they have recently checked out, and it's nice to have them on a sidebar. Okay, so once those have been added and you refresh this, you'll see that it nicely gets displayed right here. Though we don't have any recently viewed products, but if you view these and click things, if we go back to any of these product categories, we will see that now we have some products that we have recently checked out, nice and clean. Okay, so now one thing we have to do is we can, let's see, sort these two latest. Okay, and check this out. All right, okay, this has two, but I guess it has a wrong color to it, but that's all right. Just wanted to verify that it's actually there. So now when you're in the shop section or any product category section, we can hit customize, and let's start playing around with this, guys. We're almost finishing up, and once a customizer opens up, yeah, we are gonna start doing some nice things. So it's opened, but guys, we haven't even set our site icon. Yeah, so let's jump into our site identity, and site icon is really a nice feature to have. So I'm gonna upload sort of a logo that I've created, a single M, and once I insert it into my browser as a site icon, it's gonna create for me something like this in my header. So I can actually crop it in just like this. Okay, and that is done. So you see right here on the top of the tab, it's being displayed. Really nice, really cool. So I'm gonna jump out of that, go under layout and go to sidebar and scroll down to product archives and click left sidebar. Okay, so now we have moved the sidebar from the right to the left. Click publish. Now go back to the dashboard and let's view our store. See how it's looking. Nice and clean. I like this. Okay, so now let's jump out of that. But while we're still here, let's check out the mobile. Yeah, so the mobile looks kind of like this. So someone can click on these filters and they will jump out from the corner, from the left like that. However, there is a feature that I promised you guys that I can show you, is the sticky footer right here. So you can go, remember we are still under layout, so we can come to sticky footer and turn that on. Okay, and when you turn that on, what it's gonna do is gonna add these elements right here, and to manipulate them you can come and click on them. Yeah, so the shop should link to shop. So you go to your dashboard, come under pages, get the shop, and let's see what we can do. Click on view, and once you're here you can copy your link and come back to the customizer and paste that in. Yeah, so you can change these icons to whatever icon that you want. That would be okay. Then wish list, you can open it up. Okay, it should open up to the wish list page. Then search, the search form, then the cart should draw the cart, and you can actually add more items by using shortcodes as I've just shown you, maybe to link to specific categories. But this is how it's looking, guys. Okay, now never forget to publish your changes. So I'm gonna go back to the desktop mode. Yeah, and let's jump out of this layout, then jump out of it again, then come to Woocomerce. Okay, so now we are at the Woocomerce section, and we can start playing around with the product catalog. Yeah, and one thing I like to do here is you can change the products per page to something like, per row, to something like 4 or 5, but I'd rather keep them 3. It keeps everything visible for me, I guess. But now what we can do, we can jump out of here, then go to product images, and you can have them custom cropped. For example, this is now set to 4:3, which is not a very nice aspect ratio, but I'd rather leave them uncropped. And by uncropped, it leaves the image on its original size. Okay, yeah, but you might upload images when they are not of the same original size. So what do? You can crop them, and the very best aspect ratio is a 2:3. Yeah, very clean aspect ratio that it gets cropped to. All right, that looks clean enough. So I'm gonna jump out of that, then come to shop archive. Okay, now let's go to general. It has some settings, shop title, breadcrumbs, and by the way, guys, I'm gonna show you what breadcrumbs are. But product filtering is on. What a product filter is this top section, yeah, whereby someone can sort them from left to right and all that stuff. Yeah, from highest to lowest, latest, and all that stuff. So the product card, you can play around with border style and everything, but I really like to keep all this content sort of similar. Yeah, so the product swap out, yeah, but you can change this to zoom. And when you change that to zoom, is that when you hover over a product, it's gonna just zoom like this. Yeah, but I'd rather have it swap, which I think is okay. So you can configure the cell tag to be on the left or to the right. The out of stock badge, you can have some configurations done for it. The wish list button, its placement, bottom top right, bottom right, or not have it at all anywhere. The add to cart button, okay? So you can have it to the center like this on the website, yeah, which is really, really nice. And when someone hovers, goes to our brown shade that we selected. All right, that looks good. Otherwise, you can have it at the bottom. And once you have it at the bottom, I guess these buttons stay right here. So depending on what design you want, you can have it set to anything. Okay, so let's click publish, and now let's click on one of these products. So as it's opening up, let's go back and click on product single. Okay, so click on general. Breadcrumbs are turned on. What a breadcrumb is this link right here, or this hierarchy right here. Okay, product navigation, previous and next, you can have those turned on. Yeah, can be really good for if someone just wants to scroll through your products. Ajax single add to cart turned on, stock label turned on, and everything. Okay, so you can have these product images in a different layout. For example, they can be like that. Okay, and once they are aligned like that, they're gonna look something like this. Okay, you can have them, the product gallery, to the bottom. So depending on what you want, or what you want your website to look like, you can select anything that works for you. Okay, so these are the bottom ones, and you have another one which displays them in sort of a vertical order. Yeah, so let's take a look and see how it looks. Looks like this. Yeah, but I'd rather keep them like this. Yeah, this looks fancy. Yeah, and I like it. And this is how they're looking. Okay, so now once you go to the product meta, you have things like the SKU, stock keeping, unit number, the categories, and the tags. They're all under the PayPal button, so you can turn them on, turn them off. That's up to you. So you have the data tabs. So these are being displayed in a single line, and most WordPress themes display them like this, but I don't like it at all. Yeah, so I'm gonna change it to accordion. Okay, and when you change it to accordion, it's taking its time. Did I change it? Oh, added accordion. Yes. So when you change it to accordion, let's wait for it to load up. Sometimes it takes forever. Yeah, so you have the description, the additional information, and the reviews. Okay, so they can be under here after product summary, or in the product summary right here, but I like them after here. Then the first tab open, yes, you can have your description open, but you can also reorder them. Yeah, there's nothing that's stopping you from reordering and making your website look any way that you like it to look like. Okay, then I think that's it. So you can actually add extra tabs. Yeah, and you can display related products, for example, right here. And you can also have display the recently viewed products. Yeah, so maybe you can have it heading like you recently viewed. Maybe you can change, instead of your recently viewed, yeah, we can make it your recently viewed. Then you can have a product 4 photos, 4 products listed, or 5, whatever you like. Then, but I'll keep them 4. Yeah, then the add to cart button can still remain the way it is. I have no problem whatsoever. Then click publish. Okay, so now I'm gonna come out of this, and one last thing that I would like to do is to click on checkout. Yeah, and once you're at checkout, as I showed you guys in the introduction, that it's important to make these, obviously there are no products added to the cart, But if I make it a distraction free checkout, something like this, yeah, it removes, sorry, I'm changing the layout, but I'm going to remove the header. Okay, so you have this layout, and you also have this other layout that looks like this, but I think I prefer this, where it shows steps from adding the billing details to delivering to payment. Okay, so when you check on distraction free checkout, it removes the header. Okay, so let's first publish this, then we go to shop and we go to this product. So you see how everything has changed. Yeah, recently viewed products and everything. These tabbed sort of additional information. So we can click on add to cart, and we go to checkout, and the checkout is looking like this. Okay, there is no header, there is no nothing. Yeah, so obviously the customer can go back to the home page, but they just simply have to add in their information right here, add just shipping addresses and add in any shipping, select, sorry, their shipping options available. Okay, but one last thing before we come here is we forgot an important WooCommerce settings. So let's first go to general, because now what we're saying right here is that customers can actually check out or buy stuff without creating an account, and that is dangerous because sometimes they might need to refer back to the orders they bought. They might need to track them. Yeah, they might forget their order IDs and all that stuff, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so one thing we need to check is that we can click and say anyone can register, and they can register as a subscriber. Turn that on. Okay, then click on save changes and come to WooCommerce and come to settings. Okay, come to accounts and privacy, and click on allow customers to log into existing account, then allow customers to create account on checkout, and yeah, check that too. So once I'm done, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click save changes. Okay, so the changes have been saved, and what I can do is that I can come right here and reload this page. Okay, I will take, okay, maybe I'll head back because I'm not seeing the option that I configured, because I need to allow these customers to create accounts. Okay, so let's go back to checkout and we take a look at if anything has changed. Okay, the reason why it's not allowing me to view this is because I already logged in. Yeah, so probably if I copy this, okay, and I open it up in a new incognito window and I hit paste and go, it's gonna take me right to the store. So I can come down here and I'll add products to the cart. Hold on guys, what has happened? And I also add this to the cart. All right, so I'll view the cart, and once I type in my information right here, it's gonna have this option, create an account, okay, and add in some shipping information. Okay, or in other words, if you have customers that would like to create accounts before they actually purchase anything on your store, they can still be able to do that. Yeah, and for them to do that, they will have to go to this section right here and hit login or register so that they can create an account. So when they add an email and they click register, yeah, they will send them an email to set up a password for their account. Okay, so now I'm gonna close this incognito. Then I need to show you guys how to set up your orders so that they can be managed on mobile. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let me switch to my smartphone, then I show you guys. So let's see how you can set up the WooCommerce application so that you can manage your orders from your smartphone. So head over to your App Store and search for Woocomerce. So this is available both on Android and on iPhone. Then you're gonna hit the download button. Then it's gonna start downloading. And once it's done, we're gonna open it up and we'll log in. Okay, so I'm just gonna press next, then I'm gonna click login. Okay, so now it's gonna ask me for the store address. So the store address is the website domain name that you bought, but in this case I'm working with a subdomain. It can still log in. So I'm gonna type in marker.enochmueve.com. okay, then I hit continue. Then it's gonna log me in. It's gonna ask me for my username, yeah, but I'm gonna keep this blurred out. The username is the username used to log in into your WordPress website. Okay, so I'm gonna type in mine. Then the password, still I'm gonna type in the password that I use for my website to log into my WordPress. So now I'm logged in, so it can ask me whether to save my password or not, and I'll click save password. Okay, so right here is where you're gonna be able to view your orders, your store, and your products that you have. For example, right now these are the products that we have on our store, yeah, and in this section you'll be seeing your orders, then the summary reports of your store. Okay, so now that you've seen how to set up the Woocommerce store, the Woocommerce application, you can do actually a demo test purchase to make sure that everything works well on this website. And I'm just gonna add in my information right here. I hope everything looks fine. And flat rate, I'm gonna use cash on delivery, and if all it's filled out and I click on cash on delivery, or I have to add a district, sorry about that. Let's see. Let's click on place order once again. Oh, thank you for your order. Thank you. Your order has been received. Okay. Billing address, shipping details, and what I've bought. Okay. So when I check out the orders, Woocommerce, under orders, I'll be able to see my order right here for everything that I have bought. Okay. And because we used cash on delivery, the status is still processing, but otherwise it would have been already completed. Okay, guys. So now that's how you build and create an e-commerce store. Now, let me show you guys how to create the application real quick. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close out everything else. Then I go to my settings. My appearance. Go to themes and make sure you only have one theme. Okay, it's important. Then go to plugins. Go to a new plugin, and we're gonna search for a plugin called WordPress. Make sure it has a triple P. Yeah. Then click install. Okay. Then activate. So now what you're gonna do, on the left hand side under this WordPress basic, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on create app now, and you're gonna select maybe a logo. So I'm gonna click on change, choose file. This is a launcher icon for your app, and I would select this. Yeah, that can do, and I'll click apply change. Then also for this splash screen, this would do, and I can click apply change. Guys, do not forget to give your app a name. For example, it can be maker. I think this is a project name. Yeah, and select APK. So they say choose this option if you don't want to upload your app to the Play Store, and click build and generate app. Okay, so if you wanted to upload it to the Google Play Store, you choose the other option. Okay, so for you to use the iOS to generate the iOS files, you need to have a premium version of this application. But let's first test out the Android application. So we're gonna click download, and it's gonna start with download. Okay, so I'm gonna save this as app application, app APK, anything you can name it. Okay, then it's gonna get downloaded. Okay, and once it's downloaded from my practice files and everything, you see now how this application is bringing on these banners on top. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna strictly come back into plugins and deactivate it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now it's been deactivated. Let's take a look at our app. And once I open up, for example, where I'm storing it, if you go to, well, it's in this folder right here, app APK. Okay, if I try and, for example, I come to media and library and add new file, if I'm to drag and sort of drop it in over here, guys, watch this. It's not gonna allow that. Yeah, it's gonna say you're not allowed to upload this file type. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna zip it up. So right click on it and you compress it to a zip file. Okay, and once it's zipped up, you're just gonna upload it right here. So it's gonna take some time uploading, but meanwhile, while it's uploading, let's first visit our site. Then we add it to our website somewhere where the users can download it. So we're gonna place it right here. Okay, so click on edit with Elementor. Let's see if it's done uploading. So it's done. So we're gonna click on it. Okay, under URL, you're gonna copy to clipboard. Okay, sorry, clipboard, and this link is the one you're gonna use, and paste it into the download button. Okay, this link right here. Okay, so just click on copy URL to clipboard, then head over back here, and once you're here, what you can do is to click on this download button and paste it in right here. Okay, then just click update. Okay, so whenever someone clicks on this button, it's gonna get downloaded. Okay, so let me get an Android phone and try to launch this application to see how it looks. So right now we can check out the application. It has been installed right here, and it loads with a splash screen, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so now everything looks as it would look on the mobile version of the website, which is really cool, and everything functions really well. You can check out the different categories, scroll through the search, the shop section. Yeah, everything works just fine. So that's all I had for you guys for this tutorial. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel and let me catch you in the next tutorial. Okay.